Friends, in this video, I will focus on the elevated enzymes which will be useful to detect the disease condition. Means this is the important charts that I am going to discuss with you. So enzymes that increase in our body, so it indicates the disease conditions. Means the any particular disease conditions it will be shown as a elevated in our body. So this is important for GPAT point of view. So you must have to prepare for this. So I will start with my presentation so you can learn about the some disease. So you can see the first disease is that acid phosphate. Okay, see the first enzyme acid phosphate. If the acid phosphate is elevated in our body, so it will be indicate that the person is having the prostate cancer. The person is having the prostate cancer, you can see. And the pro, prostatic acid phosphate, it is known as PPA. So that PAP is known as the isoenzymes as a glycoprotein synthesized by the prostate gland, and which is used as a tumor marker for the prostate cancer. It means it will be useful to detect the cancer, prostate cancer. Okay, so this is the first disease. Then second one, which is the enzyme that is aldose. Okay, so if the aldose is increased in our body, so it will be indicate that the person is having the muscular dystrophy. The person is having the muscular dystrophy. So what is muscular dystrophy? It is nothing but you can see the muscular dystrophy is the condition in which you can see that in this condition you can see that progressive muscle weakness. You can find out the progressive muscle weakness in that person, as well as it is the difficult controlling the movement. Means it is my hand, so it is difficult to control like this. If I cannot control, suppose this kind of the things, means the condition muscular dystrophy, so I cannot control my hand like this. If it is sharing, suppose I am not controlling it, okay, like this thing. And weakness, muscle weakness, you can see that the muscle weakness in these conditions. Okay, so this is nothing but the muscular dystrophy. So if the aldose is increased or elevated in our body, so it indicates that the person is having the muscular dystrophy. Then next one, which is the amylase enzyme, it is also important. Alpha amylase, you can see if the amylase is increased in our body, so it will be indicating that the person is having the pancreatitis. The person will be having the pancreatitis. Amylase test is simple blood test done to check the amylase level in our blood. So amylase is nothing but the digestive enzyme secreted by the pancreas as well as the salivary glands. So these enzymes help to body to digest the carbohydrate and starch. You know that. Okay. But this test helps to diagnose the pancreatic disorders and monitor the other medical condition. It will be useful to detect the pancreatic disorder as well as the monitor to other medical condition in the human being. So this amylase test is useful to identify the pancreatitis. It is nothing but the inflammation to the pancreas. Okay, so that you can find out by using the amylase test. The next one, which is the serum glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase. It is nothing but the SGOT. It is formerly known as SGOT, and nowadays it is the aspartate aminotransferase AST. Both are same. Okay, so if the serum glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase SGOT is increased in our body, so it will be indicate that the person will be suffering from the myocardial infarctions. If in our body it is increased level of this SGOT or AST, so it's indicating that the person is having the myocardial infarction. Then the serum glutamate pyruvate transaminase, it is known as SGPT or alanine aminotransferase. which can be useful to identify the hepatitis. So hepatitis, you know very well about that. It may be having the liver disorder or the disease. It might be finding the liver inflammation to the liver, as well as you can see the healthy liver and the inflammable liver. Okay, so if the person in that person body is the SGPT is enhanced or elevated in our body, so it will be indicate that, and it will be useful to identify. This will be act as a marker compounds or the marker enzymes which can indicate that the person will suffering from the hepatitis or the myocardial infarction. Okay, so the enzymes level enhanced in your body or elevated in our body, so it will be indicate that the person will be suffering from the myocardial infractions, which is known as heart attack, or the if the hepatitis condition, if the SGPT is enhanced in our body, it will be indicate that the person will be suffering from the inflammations to the liver. Then next one, which is the creatinine kinase. Creatinine kinase that will be useful to detect the acute hepatitis. You can see the image over here. This creatinine kinase test which will be useful to detect the acute hepatitis. You can see the structure of the liver. So it will be indicates, and this creatinine kinase is the marker compound to identify the acute hepatitis. So you have to remember this kind of the enzymes which elevated in our body which can indicate the disease conditions. Then another one, that is the alkaline phosphate. Okay, so alkaline phosphate, you know very well about the rickets. Okay, osteomalacia. You know the Ricketts vitamin deficiency disease. Sometimes you people must be aware about that Ricketts. Okay, or it will be also cause the jaundice. You can see the normal person and the jaundice person. Yellowness over in this image means you can generally you can remember that the conditions in our body, if the alkaline phosphate is increased in our body, so which can indicate the person will be suffering from the rickets or the jaundice. Okay, it is very simple. Simple points are there, but it will be useful to the competitive exam. So hence you have to remember all these things. Okay, just you prepare your chart and you can identify it. And this one is the last. You know, the LDH. LDH test is most important. What is meaning of the LDH? LDH nothing but the lactate dehydrogenase. It is the lactate dehydrogenase. It is known as LDH test, and it will be useful for the detect the heart attack as well as the liver disease. Okay, if the person is suffering from the heart attacks, means in that person body, it will be enhanced in the conditions. Means the LDH will be increased in our body, and which can indicate the person is suffering from the heart attack as well as the liver disease. Then liver disease, you know that normal liver, you can see the you can see the figure out here. Then the fatty liver condition, fibrosis is there, cirrhosis is there, necrosis is there. Okay, these are the conditions. Okay, these are the disease disorder about the livers. Okay, so if you want to know, if you want to identify the liver disease or the conditions, so you will be have to perform the LDH test. Okay, so these are the some enzymes. If these enzymes in elevated in our body, so which can indicate that the person will be suffering from the such kind of the disease. So LDS in elevated in the condition of our body, which can indicate the heart attack as well as the liver disease. Okay, it is very simple that you have to remember. Then this is the chart, so you can have to remember this chart. You can take the screenshot and you have to remember it. Okay, you can make your own mnemonic to remember this disease. It is very simple, so it will be useful for the competitive exams. Okay, and mostly in the pharmacist exam or the drug inspector exam, and most important I am focusing on the GPAT exam. So in the GPAT examination, this kind of the questions will be asked. Okay, these are the simple topics are here. So all this topic you have to remember, and you can have to ensure your chance to qualify the GPATs or the pharmacist exam. Okay, so this is all about for this topic, which is the that I have discussed in this video, which is the elevated enzymes which can indicate the disease conditions, means these enzymes which will be useful to the identify this kind of the disease which the person will be suffer. Okay, it's very simple that you have to remember. In the next video I will come with the new topic, so it's a request to all the viewer, if you like this video, share with the needy persons, that person will be get benefited. So thank you so much for the listening this video. If you like this video, you can share it, subscribe it, and if you want any new topic video on new topics, you can comment, and I will try to prepare the videos on this topic. So thank you so much, dear student.